Hey guys, going to try a completely different distro to Arch. I'm getting a bit bogged down doing the different desktops on that, but I am going to go with something called MX Linux. I've never heard of it, even though it's apparently really popular. It's in the top three of Linux distros, has been for quite some time. And this one, you can use it with a different desktop called Fluxbox. So I'm going to test that, see what it's like, and yeah, we'll go from there. Now, this thing is a bit like Navara when you download it as well, you or even Linux Mint. You have to download the specific desktop you want in each time. So they do a KDE version, and I think it's a Debian version. I'm not 100%. I can't remember. It's been a while since I downloaded the ISO. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reboot the machine and get into the live. I can find the mouse. The mouse stopped working on the machine. Yes, this latest version of Linux has not been particularly stable. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a hard boot on the PC and go straight into the live desktop. Famous last words. I don't think it's even letting me do it. Oh, maybe this video capture device has buggered up on me. So switched off. I'm not getting anything whatsoever. This sounds about right for me at the moment. Oh, hang on, we're getting something here. There we go. Right, let me just reboost this video capture part because I seem to have lost it. Just re-add it. And there we go. Right, so I'm going to just go straight into the USB hard drive. I'm thinking it's that one. Yep, straight away. So system. Well, it gives you two different types of boot sequence: the system V INIT or the system D. I'm going to go with system D because I have used that before. I'm wanting a pretty easy time today, so I'm just going to go through that. And I'm going to hopefully go through the actual install process. Yeah, I think it is. Right, so what I'm going to do once it boots up to the, oh, maybe we're doing it now already. Oh, there we go. So again, we've got no mouse. Oh, yes, we have. Just took its time. Right, so I need to mirror screens at this moment in time. Hopefully that's going to be easier. Settings, display settings, change them. DVI. And yes, again, it's not letting me do a full. So that's not an issue. I'll just do it a different way. I'll just cheat and do this way so I can actually see what I'm seeing. Preview projector. There we go. Right. Okay, I can see what I'm doing now. So I'm going to get the mouse back where I need it to be. he says. There is definitely something funky going on with this machine. Because I'm losing my mouse every 2 seconds. This is getting quite annoying. So maybe it's not. No, I'm going to come back to you once I've got this sorted out. Right, okay, I've got the mouse working. I've got a feeling maybe my test PC is on the way out. But now I've got mouse again here, so I'm just going to go hit the install button. And it automatically goes through the checking process to make sure the install media is okay. So I'm just going to let that run through. And I'll probably come back to you when it hits 100%. Okay, I think I might have got it now. I think it was a driver issue on my streaming machine. So here we go. So again, you've got to hit the next. Oh, hang on. What was the keyboard settings? Change keyboard settings first. Yeah. Glad I noticed that one before I started. Right out. English UK. No variant. Okay. Remove that. Apply it for now. Which it won't let me do. So, okay. Yep, GB layout's now there. Next. Regular install using the entire disk. Yep. Yep, and then it's just a start. So I would have thought it would have done a bit more on the time zones and stuff, unless you do the time zones before you start the install, which could be a thing. But I'm going to let this run through, and I will get back to you once we get to the next stage. I missed a little bit. You can actually create a swap file here in this first part as well. But I know that has increased the swap drive up from 3 gig, possibly to 4, maybe 5 gig. But this system's got, I think it's at 12 gigabytes of RAM anyway, so it's not overly bad for a Linux system. Right, this is the next bit where you change your name, computer name, work group, which for now I'm just going to leave it as is because I'm not particularly bothered. It's the machine that gets changed over once every other day. So I'm just going to hit the next button, get the right mouse, and here's where you can configure your time zones. Right, okay, location. Oh God, it's United Kingdom. Change the time zone to Europe, and so where's London? There's London, it's the closest one to me. I must admit, I do like the standard Linux one where the world map comes up, so you can just basically click to where you are. It's a little bit quicker. So configure clock to the time zone. So that should change anyway. So click next again. Now use login password as usual. Then you've got to. No, why is it doing that? Oh well. Oh, default login name. Ah, right, I'm with you now. So MX test. I'm going to add a root administrator account as well. As my time on Arch Linux has showed me how that helps. Oops, I've done that wrong. And that. I will have it as auto login. I'm not bothered about the live desktop changes yet because I haven't really changed anything. And I'm not going to copy the live USB storage either, so because I've not done anything on it, so there's no point in doing that. So the next again, username. Excuse me? Oh, no spaces are allowed. So just do it like that then. A little bit like Arch that way. Automatically restart when the installation is done. Yep, saves me having to. Naturally, no, I won't, because once it's finished. So why is it not letting me do the next button? Ah, okay. Sorry, it was actually doing it and I wasn't even realizing. So I'm definitely not used to this install. So it's a finish now. It will close that, and then we just basically hit the reset button, hit the reboot, and now it should just boot up as normal, hopefully. So I'm just going to wait for it to. Might as well show you the boot sequence of this new desktop. And yep, looks like it's installed perfectly fine. So now I need to see if I can do something a little different here. Settings, display, change. New. This is another one that's not letting me clone the screen. It's just gone side by side, so it's not a problem, not a major problem. I'm only just doing a quick run through on this at the moment anyway. Kind of annoying, but that is what it is. So this is the dialog box that you come up first. So I'm just going to close this straight away. Set the internet up. No, it's a browser. Okay, so Firefox is automatically installed, which is a good thing. Networks are down here. Available networks. Password. Connect. And yeah, connected straight up to that, so that's a good thing. So where's the Safari Manager, your browser, settings, app finders down in the bottom corner. So I'm wondering if this is by a terminal as well, because I am not seeing any sort of backgrounds, Bluetooth adapters. So I'm not seeing unless it's in the settings part. Tools. So yeah, this is looking like I need to install stuff via a terminal as well on Fluxbox. So I will come back to you briefly once I know which. I think it might be a Debian one this one uses. I'm not 100%, but I will find out. Right, having a quick look, I have found there is a package installer on Fluxbox. So you go to this little icon here and then scroll down, package installer, and then you go down everything that you're wanting, which you can actually get there. So there's not as many as what I thought. Audio player, multi-track. I don't think it's actually giving everything that you can actually get. Yeah, you can change your browser, whichever one you want in. You can even change your desktop environment without having to reinstall the machine. So that's a nice little touch, which I might have a look at that later on. But it's more of VLC player I'm wanting installed. I don't need KDN in this one, so what am I missing? So install that. Put my password in and starts installing it straight away. So I still think you have to get certain files from the terminal, like OBS. I think you have to going to do that like you would do in a Ubuntu install. So bear with me. Once this is installed, which it is, or is it? I'm still going. But yeah, with it being Debian, it's got some Ubuntu traits to it. So once this is installed and I've tested that VLC media player actually opens up, I will, yep, basically, okay, that. Oh, I thought it would be in that one. Could be in the office part. Or do you just press a search and type OBS? Will that help? OBS Studio, yeah, so basically you can just go straight from that there. Okay, so that's not so bad then. Definitely not used to it. It's something you could easily get used to. But yeah, it's very much in the ways of Debian based, so very similar to Ubuntu, which I don't really like Ubuntu too much. But this isn't too bad. And this thing here, this little button down here is where you do an auto update of the system. Yeah, close that. I can't quite see what I'm doing there. Oh, and this is another package manager. Oh, I've just realised that'd been even easier than the last one. So that's a package manager as well, where you can basically search for stuff as well. So I wonder if it'll come up with OBS this way as well. which it didn't. Let's scroll down to the O's, see if it comes up. God, a lot of L's. And yeah, OBS is there as well. So there's two ways of updating this, of getting new packages on this machine. Is you've got a little thing there, and you've got a package manager through this icon here as well. Okay, so I don't. OBS. Yeah, OBS Studio is there, so you can just install it that way. So you've got two separate package managers. So I think one might be ideally for the Debian side, and the other one's ideally for the Fluxbox desktop side. So it'll be a case of which one will work. I'm not sure. I'll try. I'll try this one. Mac for installation. Mac and apply. And apply. And it's downloading OBS on this one. I can easily test it without putting a camera on the front of it, as long as it goes through the setup taskbar when it first opens up. When you set it up, when you're setting it up for either recording or live streaming. So that's saying it's there now. So I'm going to close all this lot. I think I need to charge this mouse up yet again. I think it's on the way out. So I'll close that as well. So OBS, where's things installed to? That's what I want to know. So maybe let's do a search of OBS. Yeah, there we go. I'll just make life. Next. Next. Oh, that's I don't know, do it. Optimize for recording. Next. Next. And yeah, it's doing the taskbars, doing the squiggly lines at the back, and so I know it's going to work. So yeah, not so bad actually. Maybe I'm making a meal of this one, not quite knowing how to do things. But just apply the settings, and I know that will work. So yeah, this isn't overly bad. I've seen worse. I can't even turn it off now, so cats. There we go, got rid of that. And I close it that way. So yeah, a little bit funky, but it's just one of those, if you get used to using it, it'll be no difference to KDE desktop, Cosmic desktop. So it's not too bad. It's not what I like. I still will say KDE is the better one for me, but that's because I've been using KDE for quite a while and I'm very used to it. You can get this in KDE as well. So that's what I was going to have a look at, wasn't it? Change the desktop environment. See if I can do that now without having to actually restart. It's worth a try. Desktop environments. KDE. Install it. Just let it go through. And now it's installing a new desktop, I'm hoping. And maybe you can then just switch from one to the other. I'm assuming that's what you should be able to do. Which is a nice little touch, actually. I do like that little touch. So once the install's finished, I'll start back up again. Now it runs into a slight little problem, and I think I know why, because I haven't actually done a system update on it first. Some archives couldn't been downloaded. So let me try and find the terminal. And I'll do a update by the terminal first. So terminal, there we go. So sudo apt update. Might have to actually type it properly as well. Right, so why aren't you updating? Bear with me a second, we're into problems again. Right, so I did something slightly wrong. And that again, and then we go and apt upgrade. And this should do it, I'm hoping. Could not open the file. Permissions denied for some reason. Right, bear with me a second. Yeah, I need to know how to get into the root on this one. So, again, I'll be back. Right, worked it out. It's the simple one. It was just basically, as it is in most Debian things, sudo space -i, and it gives you the root permissions now. So it should be now sudo apt update and upgrade, is it? Yeah, upgrade. And this should do it now. Oh, for God's sake. You might have fucking type properly, you know, at some point in my life. Oh, for God's sake, Lee. Now I'm hoping it's going to upgrade. Why will I not fucking upgrade? Right, we're back again. Right, you can tell I'm tired because I'm not even doing things properly. Right, now this should do it, in theory. Oh, for God's sake. What? Okay. Maybe it's this one. There we go. Simple fix. And now we're just doing the system updates. Then hopefully after this, I can then do a desktop transfer to KDE. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So once this is done, I'll come back to you again. Right, okay, that's the system updated. Menu file created, ready to be used. So I will now close that off. Wrong mouse again. And I think it did do an update on the kernel, so I'll do a close that again, close that, and I will do a reboot because I'm sure I saw the kernel being updated. So quick reboot, and once it's come back up, I will be with you again. Right, okay, now we've rebooted, and I'm going to go through the sequence again of package installer, desktop environments, and try this again. So I will let this run again. Oh, I'm going to... Last time it came up with something and I hit it immediately. Right, okay, so yeah, just telling me what packages it's going to install. So install. Right, now it's saying the process is finished completely this time. That's because of the update. While this runs through, okay, I'll switch it off. Now what I think might happen here is on the boot up systemd boot manager, it should give me a plasma option instead of a Fluxbox option or Infinity, whichever one they want to call it. So I'm going to do a reboot now and see if it comes up with anything different. Which it doesn't seem to do. Advanced. So no, I don't think it has done what I thought it was going to do. I will be doing something wrong, no doubt. Oh no, it is coming up with KDE now. Yes, it's come up with KDE now. So that is a real good touch actually. If you download it and you can't quite work out how to use it, but you know a different desktop environment, you can literally just swap it as you go, which I'm actually quite impressed with that. So yeah, access the internet. Yeah, we know about all the welcome center stuff. This is the same welcome you get up with Arch KDE as well, with the little logo there. So yeah, that's quite a good little touch. Very impressed with that little bit. It makes changing desktop environments incredibly easy. Also, I don't know if I remembered to tell you about this, but when I changed the time zone on the installer, it did actually change to the right time for me. So, but yeah, that's it. A little happier. I can see why a lot of people use it, especially if you can change your desktop environment to what you want. I think possibly now I can do display configuration and straight mirror it now. So yeah, I can change the replica now. So and there, all straight done. Yeah, keep. So yeah, so I can turn this off on this side here now. And yeah, it's just basically mirrored the screen so much easier with KDE. So What was good about the Fluxbox though, because if you've had the two monitors next to each other, it has stretched the screen and the background over two desktops. So that was would have been a nice little touch. You couldn't really see it on the video without being showing you. But yeah, that's literally about it for now. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully with a slightly different video other than a Linux one. It'll be another hardware video. And until then, guys, see you later.